deal. I have never seen an all black residency, much less an all black wood fire clay residency. And so, like I said, we made it coincide with Juneteenth this year. And so we want to keep this going and make it an annual thing. The actual cookout will be on Juneteenth, and it'll be a potluck. We'll talk about that later.
That's Monday, Juneteenth?
Mm-hmm. Monday, okay. June 19th. Some of us have done it before, so, but feel free to, Dom's very open about teaching everyone.
And when we start fighting about how to make it get hotter, you get to win.
Okay. Glazing and wadding. Glazing and wadding are the easiest way to mess your stuff up. So, we'll talk about how not to do that. And I'm just giving the glaze a little whisk up. No glaze on the inside, but if you hold it and have a good grip on it, you can put just the lip in the bucket, give it a shake, and then the inside of the pot is glazing it. Clay provides an opportunity to be adventurous and adventuresome. You can be calm and courageous, but ceramic process celebrates failure, which is different from much of the rest of the world. When you're first learning to make a pot, for example, the first few times that you make one, they're gonna fall down, they're gonna wiggle to the ground, gravity's gonna take over. And at a certain point, you just accept that you're gonna lose parts of your pots or pots, and not every one is gonna be what you want it to be. So clay teaches you to modify your expectation and teaches you lessons about patience. If you fire too quickly or too hot, the work isn't going to turn out the way you need it to, or it may break. There's a way that it teaches us to be considerate, and if you're not generous of spirit, over time no one's going to share with you. So sharing is very important, and it's also about intentionally making things with positive energy, and I think that's valuable as well. So this is going to get covered with ashes and embers, and that's where the energy comes from.
Down there?
Yep, right down there. Last firing crew. Yeah, Vernon would have made sure it's done. So this is where we get into like the masonry stuff, right? So there's a thing called a header course, and what you just handed me is a header course, because if you hit your head on one brick, you could knock it into the kiln or out of the kiln, right? If you hit your head on it, it would go straight in or straight out. A stretcher course goes across 2 layers to make the same distance. So it's very important to me that the stretcher course gets laid outside row, cool face, and then the inside row, hot face, or vice versa. Now, one of the things that happens as the door heats is that it tips forward and tries to fall out of the kiln, because the inside bricks get hotter and then they shrink and then they make the door go whoop. So it's best, can you see how the door is actually tilting forward right now a little bit? We need to tuck it in just a little bit. So we're going to always have to be careful of 2 things at the kiln. One is not stepping into the hole because it'll hurt you, and the other is if you knock this over, nothing bad will happen other than it'll make a big clang and whatever. But we have a tripping hazard now for the next little bit. It should not get hot, but at the kiln you should treat everything like it's hot, just in case it was in the fire or whatever. So gloves will become important. But if we hit the overheads and turn them off,
Can we move this out of the way?
it's okay, it's not big. And we'll reuse a little bit.
Dom is going to offer a few words.
In Hebrew, and it's a table prayer that just means how nice it is to gather around the table. Hine ma tovu ma nahim
Do we clap? Now we can.
So I don't know how we're gonna do this, but I have the 2 books, and so at the end of the night we'll just rate our favorite dish. Like you'll say, rank 1, 2, 3, and then we'll then bring the books down. We'll decide who the winner is.
Space on the bench down there, I think.
Oh, you guys gonna blow all that up?
This firing is something that I feel as though I've been preparing for some time. Graduated high school, went to college, went to graduate school, had apprenticeships, became an EMT. And all of those experiences come together in an environment like this. There are opportunities to share and to show and to demonstrate how to operate, how to function for extended periods of time. Even when you're tired and hungry, to kind of pull on your mental reserves and to show what's possible in an environment like this. So it's been very meaningful to me to have the opportunity to share this with other artists because we don't have these opportunities very often. I was asked in graduate school how much cotton I had picked, and it's a thing that's been part of my thinking in this week, and today is Juneteenth. I'm grateful to my ancestors. I'm grateful to the adults in my life when I was a kid, showing me the way, showing me how they went about doing things and living their lives and their spaces. And to know what is possible to do this, to come together as a group and to fire for 60 hours or more, and to be able to set shared goals and shared tasks. And know that you don't have to do it by yourself, and that you never really been alone, even though we've been trained by our culture to think that we are. Sharing that space with people that not only look like me and think like me, but deserve opportunities. And I'm grateful to Hambidge Center for making this happen. And I'm grateful to Oya for bringing us all together and showing us that it's possible to do it. And something tells me that this isn't going to be the last time, and I'm excited to try to pave the way for the next generation of makers. Many of us are out in the schools, we're out in the communities, we're out in the environment sharing what we love. And I think this passion is infectious. More than that, I'm just thankful to be here today. So it's meant a tremendous amount.
Besides me and Ife, everybody else had to travel here.